A boy playfully threw a wooden stick he was holding. Unfortunately, it struck his best friend, and the impact killed him. Jack was frozen with fear upon seeing his friend lying motionless on the ground. He kept calling out his friend's name, but the friend lying on the ground did not respond. At first, Jack thought his friend might be pretending to be dead, but he shuddered with horror after approaching and looking closely. He realized that his friend had actually turned into a cold. Jack was devastated by the shock. As an inexperienced child, his first instinct was to flee the scene. After running for a short distance, he suddenly stopped. A bold yet ruthless idea crossed his mind. He quickly returned to the spot and, summoning all his strength, dragged his friend's body away. He decided to conceal the truth forever, believing his own future was too bright to ruin for the sake of a dead person. While dragging the body, he came across a rocky crevice and, without a second thought, shoved the corpse into the deep opening. The crevice was well hidden. No one would ever discover it unless he revealed the location himself. After finishing the job, Jack leaves the scene without looking back. While crossing a road, he spots a car approaching in the distance and immediately hides behind a large tree. Fortunately, the car passes by without noticing him, but before he can even breathe a sigh of relief, he glances at his wrist. He realizes his digital watch is missing, yet he lacks the courage to go back and look for it. He knows that being spotted would land him in serious trouble. He returns home in a state of panic and discovers that his jacket has been torn while dragging the body. To keep it out of his parents' sight, he hides the jacket under the bed. The mother of the missing boy comes to Jack, asking about her son since the two of them used to play together. To cover up the incident, Jack deliberately points in the wrong direction and lies, claiming his friend went that way. The woman immediately goes searching in that direction, but fails to find her beloved son, despite scouring the entire town, for the boy was actually lying dead in the forest. The news of the boy's disappearance quickly spread throughout the city. Both the police and the local residents became involved in the situation. Reports of the disappearance were broadcast on television, and panic spread among the townspeople. The police suspected that a child trafficking ring might be active in the city and advised all parents to keep a close watch on their children. As the situation escalated day by day, Jack, the primary culprit, turned pale, yet he could not muster the courage to reveal the truth, even to his own mother. Seeing his condition, his mother assumed he was upset over his friend. Little did she know that her own beloved son was the one behind it all. The day Jack dreaded most arrived. The very next morning, the police took him to the station for questioning. Although Jack feigned calmness on the outside, he was terrified deep down. Under intense police interrogation, he insisted that he hadn't even met his friend that day. Just then, there was a knock on the door, and an officer entered with new information. Hearing that an eyewitness had seen him and the missing boy heading toward the woods on the day of the incident, Jack was gripped by dread, fearing that the police would now suspect him. When the police questioned him again, Jack changed his tune and admitted to having gone into the woods that day, though he claimed he had gone alone. He was unaware that his friend had followed him into the woods. Jack insisted that he had not seen his friend at all during that time. By telling this fabricated story, Jack managed to get away with it for the time being. No one knew that a dog lay at the root of the entire incident. On the day it happened, Jack was returning home from school when his missing friend's dog barked furiously at him. Angered, Jack threw a tennis ball into the middle of the road. As the dog ran to fetch the ball, it was struck by a speeding car and killed. Later, the friend's father came to Jack seeking an explanation, but Jack refused to admit any fault. Enraged by this, the friend followed Jack into the woods and demanded an accounting for what had happened. In a moment of agitation, Jack struck his dear friend with a stick, accidentally killing him. To cover up his crime, he hid the body in a crevice among the rocks. Meanwhile, unable to find any leads, the police launched a thorough search of the entire area, yet they discovered nothing. Left with no other option, the police appealed to the townspeople to join the search within the forest. Jack, too, tagged along with the group, fearing his secret crime might be exposed. Although the rocky crevice was well hidden, he knew that a search of this scale would eventually lead to its discovery. As the search party neared the spot where the body lay, Jack trembled with fear, convinced he was about to be caught. But just then, evening fell, and the police decided to call off the search for the day. They planned to return the next morning with drones and police dogs. Jack was devastated by this news, yet there was nothing he could do at that moment. Upon returning home, he swallows a handful of sleeping pills to calm his agitation. He then goes to the bedroom and discovers that the torn jacket, which had been hidden under the bed, is missing. He quietly makes his way downstairs and sees his mother sitting alone mending the jacket. In truth, his mother had already guessed everything from Jack's behavior. After much thought, she decides to keep this truth buried within herself. However, the panic within Jack did not subside, for the police dogs would easily sniff out the body from the crevice in the rocks. But that night, a dramatic event took place.